what exactly does a chameleon do? Well, usually it'll wait on a branch or a tree or anywhere in the environment, and then it'll camouflage itself so that the prey can get close enough, and then just like that, the predator kills the prey. And that's exactly what narcissists do. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome back. JT here, super excited to do this video, and I hope you're all having a great day, a great week so far, finishing off the week today. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We got the weekend ahead of us, so I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a great week and you got some workouts in if you could. You ate healthy, you are grateful for everything that you do have, and that you're happy that you're away from the narcissist and living your best life, and slowly but surely becoming free and healing, right? That is the whole point of this channel, Authentically Yourself, to be the best version of you, and the only way you can do that is if you go on the healing journey. So I just want to say thank you for all the comments, all the likes and the subscribes. I really appreciate it. I try and answer comments daily, and I'm so grateful to hear all your stories and just to realize that, you know, we're all in the same boat. I read so many comments this week about the health issues. It's a very, very serious thing. A lot of narcissistic abuse relationships result in the empath, as in us, getting very serious sicknesses, illnesses. I can't tell you how many comments I read about cancer, MS, schizophrenia, digestive issues, panic attacks, anxiety disorders, autoimmune diseases. There's so much sickness that comes with being with a narcissist, and it's great to know that, you know, we're all in the same boat and we are all healing and recovering, and you are on the best path you could possibly be on going forward, never looking back to that narcissist, ever, 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 ever. So today we're going to be talking about Narcissistic Chameleon adaptability. So what does that mean? What does a chameleon do, right? Chameleon, it goes out in nature, in the environment, and it blends in. It blends in so you can't see it. And before it's too late, you get too close and then you're dead. That's exactly what the narcissist does. How do they do this? So as we've talked about before on this channel, the love bombing stage, devalue stage, breadcrumbing stage. These are the stages, the basic stages of a narcissistic relationship. And what you have to understand is, in the love bombing stage, that's not who the narcissist really is. You know, that's a facade. And what they're doing in that love bombing stage, they're being a chameleon, because they're mirroring you, right? They're mirroring all the good qualities of you. That's what they do. You have to understand that they're wearing a mask at all times. And if you're lucky enough to see the mask slip, that's usually when you can start catching on, seeing the narcissistic abuse tactics, and get out before it's too late. But when they're in childhood, you know, the amygdala, which is the part of the brain that is responsible for emotional intelligence, stops developing. So when that happens, the narcissist sticks in their ego for life. Like, they are stuck in their ego. They are putting on this mask, and every single person they come in contact with, they end up mirroring. They end up mirroring their good qualities. And then it's not till after the love bombing stage, then their true colors show, the devalue stage, which is who they really are at a core level. So in the love bombing stage, when they're being a chameleon and they're adapting to you and they're mirroring you, this is why they're asking you all these questions about your childhood and, oh, what makes you tick, and why do you feel this way when your parents did this to you? What they're doing is very strategic and calculated. Understand this, they've done this 1,000 times with every single person they come in contact with, right? When they're asking you all these questions and learning you, they're being strategic and calculated, because now they're drawing in their narcissistic brain a blueprint, a Venn diagram of all your likes, your dislikes, your traumas. Ooh, okay, I know that this is going to affect him. I can use that as a weapon. Oh, he has a problem with lust. Oh, that's gonna be my main weapon tactic. Oh, he was lied to as a kid. Oh, that's gonna be my main weapon of choice. This is what they do. This is why in the love bombing stage they're really into you, right? They're so into you. It's just a manipulation tactic so that they can use it later on when they go into the devalue stage, when they start to actually pull out the deep manipulations. You know, they're all chameleons. There's no real person there. Who you met isn't who they really are. You know, you saw all these different mirrors of them. They were mirroring you in the beginning, then they switch into devalue, then they mirror you a little bit, give you little bits of love here and there. It's all an illusion. It's all in their ego. And when you realize this, the narcissist, you don't know them. You really don't know them. You don't know who they really are at a core level. Because if you're a chameleon, you're constantly changing. And if we know that a chameleon does what it does and a narcissist does what they do, they go through these stages, the narcissist always goes for the empath if they can. Sometimes they get narcissists, right? But usually they catch on pretty early that the one or the other is a narcissist. But if the narcissist does this and mirrors everyone in the beginning, how many times have they mirrored an empath? Right? So if we think about that, how many times have they actually mirrored an empath? They know all the traits. If you're an empath or a super empath, love, kind, compassionate, empathy, they know these traits like the back of their hand. So in the beginning, it's super easy for them to flip that switch, boop, mask comes on. They know exactly what to say, exactly how to give you affection, exactly how to rope you in. It's all a game. It's all a game, and they've been playing it their whole lives. That's why you have to understand it's sad that it is a game, but you won the game. They lost. They've been losing their whole life. That's why they cycle through people over and over and over. And even when they get married and have kids, they have supplies on the side and they cheat and they lie and they do the same thing. They do not change. So if you think the narcissist is happier with their new supply and you're seeing them in pictures and all, it's not, because it's not really them. It's a mask. And to an extent, we all have masks. Everyone has masks. You know, maybe you hide some of the pain or the trauma you had in childhood, so you have a mask in certain areas. But the narcissist is like a permanent mask, and it's their whole personality. You know, you don't know the actual narcissist at a core level. You know, they're from childhood, they built this facade and this mask, and then they take the personality traits of every single person and they build this false illusion. That's why you think they're so perfect. You're like, oh, I met my soulmate. I met my soulmate, my twin flame. We're going to live happily ever after, and it's the best feeling ever. No, it's because it's all a manipulation tactic. They've done this so many times. They're really good at it, right? What happens, what do they say? It takes 10,000 hours to be a master of something. Narcissist is a master manipulator. They've been doing this their whole lives to every single person. So don't feel bad that they duped you. Just know that, like with anything, if you want to get really good at guitar, you sit and play guitar 8 hours a day. You do like Jimi Hendrix and play all day, every day. You're going to be a rock star, right? Practice will make you the best version of that. So with a narcissist, they've had a lifetime of practice. So don't feel bad about yourself because they've done this so many times. They're master manipulators. They're chameleons. They know how to change and to blend. And they know when you're changing, how to change with you. It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it on that level, but you gotta understand they're predators. They're all predators. We're all prey. You know, we're just a meal to them. You know, and then it's on to the next meal, on to the next meal. We're just a shiny object to them. On to the next object, on to the next object. You know, it's sad to say, but I think we're going to conclude it there. I'm going to keep this video as short as possible, but I hope you guys really liked it. Comment if you agree, if you saw these changes, if you noticed it. Again, so grateful for all the likes and subscribes and all the comments. I'm so blessed to be here and to hear all your stories and to be helping as much as I can. And I still recommend you should watch as many other narcissistic channels as possible. There's great content out there. When I first started on when I got out of my narcissistic relationship, I watched this one woman. I loved her. She was an actual PhD, but that was my start when I was really getting into it, and I just learned all the basics and the knowledge and the covert, overt, malignant, sociopathy. So I learned all the science, more like the aspects of it. And then I went down a road of listening to other people's stories and what they went through. And I always try and bring in some of my narcissistic relationship with this, because that's what I'm speaking from, is the experience that I went through. I'm not a PhD or a doctor. I've done a lot of research on it, but I'm by no means the smartest narcissistic coach or even close to it. So I highly recommend branch out there and find different people that have different perspectives, because as we are all humans, we all have different perspectives, and mine is not necessarily going to match up to everyone else's. And I still do that. I still will watch some videos from time to time and see a different perspective. Like I just saw a video on the astral projection. I've never seen another narcissistic coach talk about it other than myself. And so when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's great. And I watched it and I compared and contrasted about what she said versus what I said. And I was like, oh, okay. And now if I do another video, I can bring in topics from her. So it's important that you get the knowledge and get as much healing as you can, because that is going to give you the closure that you need to continue to let go, you know. And I highly recommend this as well. And not a lot of narcissistic coaches, I've only heard one, and it was actually the PhD that I listened to. And she said, at some point, this is what she said. She said, at some point, I want you to stop watching my videos. And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Because obviously she had a lot of followers. Like she was making a lot of money off of YouTube. And when she said that, I was like, wow. And she said, because what happens is, if you continue to watch the videos, it ends up becoming your new addiction. You know, it's your new form. It's still giving you a connection to the narcissist in a sense. And then instead of fully healing and letting go, you're still in this perpetual cycle of constantly thinking about the narcissist, because you're thinking about what happened with you and your experience, and then you're listening to it on these YouTube videos, right? And I highly recommend you keep watching them until you get your closure, for sure. But at some point, you're going to have to decide, like, maybe it's time to step back a little bit, or, you know, wean yourself off of it. Maybe watch one video a day or one video a week and slowly get away from it. And there's no timeline. There's no timeline for this. Could be 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever. You know, it's all up to you and your healing journey. But I do recommend that for everyone as well. It took me about 6 months of constant daily, sometimes watching 5 videos a day. Like it was like obsessive almost. So if you're at that point, or if you're thinking like, hey, you know, I've got all the information, I'm ready to let go, then, you know, slowly let go or wean yourself off of it and continue and fully heal, and you're going to get to where you need to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for being here, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the day, get a workout in if you can, eat healthy, stay safe. Love y'all, and take care.